Our project is talking about the microcredit, including the impact of the microcredit and why are loan companies like Kiva so popular.
Why was the microcredit so successful in China? How it works? And what the impact it creates? So in this short video, let's go find out.
What are the requirements of microloans for borrowers? For banks, microloans are of policy nature for small business and individuals. To the enterprise have a tax loan, it is a line of credit that generates according to pay tax amount. No other procedures are required to apply. For individuals, it is based on their financial assets and transfer further. Both of these can be done by mobile phone operation. Is it possible for students to apply for microloans? In the case of Chinese banks, it is based on solvency. But Chinese policy has student loans, which are given to students' guardians. At present, for individual students have no repayment ability because they have no source of income. What does bank do to people who can't pay back a small loan? Generally speaking, if the borrower has collateral, we handle collateral. If there is a guarantor, we will sue through custom to enforce repayment. Talk about the economic impact of small loans like Kiva's. In fact, it is the rise of internet finance promoted the development of bank small loan. In the past, Chinese banks didn't pay much attention to microloans. With the development of the internet, banks have found a great demand for small loans as like Kiva did. So banks and the leading companies began to change. Microcredit has emerged meaning to help small business and farmers. Why are microloans so popular in China? For China, small business and farmers account for a large proportion than the large ones. Microloans have met demand in the Chinese market, and farmers and small business can be helped to create more value. Microloans have also brought some negative effects to the society, such as the emergency of the naked loans and the yield loans. And why? If you go through the Chinese bank, go through the formal procedures, and provided information, this will not happen. These lenders are less scrutinized than banks and offer higher interest rate. Knowing that banks would not lend to students, they seized the market. Students are unable to repay loans or choose to charge high profits by lending to students. In China, these loans companies are not regulated by Chinese banks, and they take advantage of legal loopholes.
Now, we were in the private education school. The owner of this place had the crowdfunding a few months ago. So, come on. Why is microcredit so popular in China? So today I invited the owner of this private school, Coco,
Hi.
to have a short interview, and we gonna figure out why she chose the microcredit and how the microcredit help her. So, Coco, could you tell me more detail about why you choose the microcredit?
Okay. Because of the COVID-19 virus, so my income was affected, and I couldn't afford the rent of $11,000 each year.
Yeah,
So I chose a microloan to ease the situation and help me tide over the hard time.
Okay, thanks. Really appreciate it. Now we were in the Chinese bank, so we're gonna ask a few questions about how it works. Tom, let's go.
Although the microcredit has brought some negative effects to China, such as the situation of naked lending, university students took off their clothes to take photos as a condition of their loans, which led to the publication of nude photos of many students, and some students took their own lives. But there were also positive effects like Kiva Company. Kiva has now provided more than 30,000 interest-free loans totaling more than $20 million to 41 countries. It involves 77 countries. Microfinance helped to narrow the income gap between urban and rural areas and improve the income of lower-income groups. It can promote the allocation of resources, development of markets, increasing the supply of rural funds, and promote the growth of the rural regional economy. Let both credit institutions and credit demanders reach an information equilibrium state, realize information symmetry, and realize the consistency of credit system, so as to promote the rapid development of social economy.